You can still get all your credits, your transcripts. You get access to that. You can't not get that. What the fuck is that?
I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. My sheep will know my voice, even the sheep in wolf clothing.
This Cheyenne Bryant story is crazy. Every time I say this is the last video I'm going to do on Cheyenne Bryant, I'm going to give it a rest and chill out, something else comes up. Something else comes up. Every time I try to get out, they pull me back in. Now it's Cheyenne Bryant's classmate coming out to speak. You remember when Corey would ask, where are her colleagues? This is Cheyenne Bryant's classmate, and she has some interesting things to say about Cheyenne's story.
My name is Shalonda. Last name Kunyeve, but most people call me Dr. K. And I went to school with Cheyenne Bryant.
Wow.
The very same school she got her degree from. Hold on.
Oh. So they do actually give out degrees from Argosy. What happened? And you were in the same class? Wow.
See that? Argosy University.
Yeah.
See that? Argosy University. Same year.
Let's see if it has the year on here. Let's see. Los Angeles, California, 3rd day of July, 2018. Huh. That's some information that Cheyenne hasn't given out. Like, what era was it? So obviously now this puts us right in the era where Argosy loses their accreditation and goes out of business. That's what a lot of people were wondering. 2019 is the year they go out of business. So I'm starting to think that this doctorate was an afterthought because, like she said, she's already calling herself doctor. And hasn't she said she's been in private practice for 10 years or so? That was only 8 years ago. So you mean to tell me she's only been a doctor for 8 years at best? If she actually completed the doctoral program.
Yeah. We went to school. She was already calling herself doctor. We got into an argument about it one time.
Wow.
Because the dialogue we were having in class was, do we call ourselves doctor even though we weren't completed with school?
Candidates.
And she said she paid so that she could be a doctor. And I said, being called doctor isn't that damn important. Hey, y'all. My name is Shalonda. Last name Kunyeve, but
that's called a doctoral candidate. But she wouldn't know anything about that because she was in her doctoral program. Cheyenne was.
there's no difference than anything else. What's important is the work we do.
Right.
But we got into a very heated argument about it. And our instructor said, you cannot say that you're a doctor if you haven't completed your dissertation and done with school. Period. But me and Cheyenne used to get in a lot of arguments about it. And one of the things that she said she wanted to do was she wanted to be the next Iyanla Vanzant. So she went to a lot of her courses, studied up under her. Now, I don't know if she graduated or not, but I do know, as I just showed you, that I have my diploma. Now, what I can say is she is correct. We cannot get a psychology license with our...
Oh, wow. They can't get a psychology license with that degree? Damn.
Because the school lost its accreditation.
Right.
And that's really fucked up. It's really fucked up. So we paid a lot of money for that shit. But what I'll tell you is this. I still can. But we'd have to go back to school and do a program. And that's how we would get our degree.
Exactly.
Can you still get your credits? Hell yeah.
Okay.
I had to get a job for the government, goddamn. I also am in private practice, goddamn. You can still get all your credits. your transcripts. You get access to that. You can't not get that. What the fuck is that? That's not true. Because the school lost its accreditation. So yes, she still can get it. She just lied. Now what I can say, again, is she did go to school because I went with her. We were in a couple of classes together. But what I don't know is if she graduated or not. Because if she did, she'd have been able to do this. Pause.
Boom. That's it. That's simple. She would have been able to do that.
So yes, she still can get it. She just lied. Now what I can say, again, is she did go to school because I went with her. We were in a couple of classes together. But what I don't know is if she graduated or not. Because if she did, she'd have been able to do this. Pause. So yes, she still can get it. She just lied. Now what I can say, again,
I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. My obedience is to God, not to people. And so as long as I'm in his will and I'm serving and I'm doing his, his word, my sheep will know my voice. Even the sheep in wolf clothing. That is not my battle. That's his.
I don't like that sheep terminology. She always wanted to throw that up there. But yeah, so what do y'all think about that, man? Cheyenne, this lady says that she went to school with Cheyenne. She remembers Cheyenne from classes, but she can't tell if she actually walked. That should be pretty simple to tell. I'm sure there wasn't a huge graduating class that you wouldn't have been able to tell that your whole class wasn't there. But that 2018 is the year before. Now we're clear. It's the year before Argosy goes out of business. So they've already lost their accreditation. So they were facing a lot of issues on people being licensed, even though Cheyenne says she never did want to be licensed. She just wanted to be what she is, an influencer, a psychology influencer. She wanted to model herself after Iyanla Vanzant, which is interesting because Iyanla Vanzant actually does have real degrees. She's not a doctor, and she never called herself a doctor. Why don't you go by Cheyenne Vanzant or Cheyenne Bryant? That would be the logical thing to do, of course, but that would be too much like right? She wants to keep pushing this thing, this doctor thing. And right now, I don't know. I don't know how she can continue on. Who is going to take her serious? Somebody's going to have to take a risk on her, like a Oprah or somebody like that. And that will be the only way that Cheyenne gets to be a TV doctor like she wants to be, I guess. This is a whole mess. This is a PR nightmare, right? And you can tell she doesn't have anybody professionally helping her with this stuff because her responses to the PR was stuff like this.
Yeah, I'm pretty and I'm petty as
Yo, this is a funny ass deflection, yo. She's like, hey man, y'all still tripping about a degree? Come on, man. Face, tits, tummy, huh? What we talking about, man? Tummy, tits, face. Y'all worried about a degree for, man? Look at this. It'd be like if somebody accused me of something, I just hit you with the deflection. It'd be like, man, Tony cheated in Monopoly last night, y'all. Hey, no, I didn't. Hell no, I didn't, man. I own Park Place and Boardwalk, man. Watch out, man. Hey, dick pic. Hey, put that right in the group chat, man. Dick pic. My dick pretty and it's petty as hell, huh, guys? I know y'all didn't ask. Listen, man.
And she just a genuine not caring about what's happening in relation to this being exposed in a way. Like, that's why I say there's something deeper going on psychologically, literally, with Cheyenne. And, I'm not making any diagnosis. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. But isn't it obvious? You don't have to lie about simple stuff. And I've always said this. I was like, people would actually let this thing go if you were just clear on what happened. Like, this lady was very clear. She's like, well, I went to Argosy to get my doctorate, and the school ran into trouble. But just because that happened to you does not allow you to then step out there and call yourself a doctor just because you want to, you know? Like, that's what needs to be said here. And unfortunately, I don't know if Cheyenne has people around her that actually love her or have good counsel for real, because they would have nipped this thing in the bud immediately. They say, hey, you got to come clean on what happened to you and what your situation is. And people, we wouldn't even had this moment, but you know, Cheyenne, she loves the attention. Let's just say, like, she wants to be the center of attention. She wants more book sales. That's what I'm saying. This is not about helping people. Nothing about her career trajectory was about helping people. So continue on being an entertainer and pretending that you're unbothered about this situation, but every day something new comes out and it's looking very questionable. Anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. Make sure you sign up for the Faucette Media Patreon. Link is in the description. That's all the Faucette Media back catalog. And make sure you hype this video. That way it pushes the video in the algorithm. This is Faucette Media.